Hello, hello, hello. God bless you and welcome again to my channel, The Secret Place TV. I want to use this moment to say a big thank you to every one of you for staying through with me for 3 to 4 years. I think it's been like 4 years I've been putting out videos on YouTube. Thank you so much for sharing my videos, for commenting on my videos, subscribing to my videos. I want to say a big thank you. Also, recently I got married, and I know most of you, it came as a surprise. It came as a surprise to many people. Many people. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Oh, Lord. You see, I told someone that when I will get married, you probably will not know. I told a lot of people, when I will get married, you may not know. So, but thank you for your messages, your goodwill. A lot of messages came in. Congratulations, and people were sending their prayers, sending their greetings. And this video is kind of emotional for me, really emotional for me, because God kind of surprised me personally, myself and my wife. God surprised us, and I just want to say thank God for everything. God is faithful. God is faithful. That's all I can say. And I have a special announcement to make too. So I launched a new YouTube video with my wife. So I'll be putting out videos on this channel by myself. I have a new YouTube channel with my wife, Mesoma Emmanuel Chukodi. So we opened a new YouTube channel specifically for the both of us. When we start putting out videos, we did our first video, I think 2 days ago. We are still editing it. It will be out soon. So when she finishes editing it, she's very gifted in that area. I thank God. Then I'm going to send it out to you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to our channels, the Emmanuels. The name of the channel is the Emmanuels. Also, my wife has her own YouTube channel, and I want to encourage us, please subscribe to her own channel. I'll send the link to us. Please subscribe. She's really gifted, and I thank God. You see, when your wife is beautiful, has good character, and gifted, it means you're a blessed man. I want to thank God because the woman He gave to me is not just beautiful, but she's really anointed. And that's an understatement. It's an understatement. It's no exaggeration. She's really anointed. She has so much in her to offer. And I thank God. I just thank God for the kind of woman that I have. I thank God. Honestly, God did much more than I expected. God did much more. You see, she's out there. I don't want her to hear what I'm saying. I told her to stay outside in the other room, while I do this video. The list that I wrote, you see, they say you should write a list of what you are looking for in a wife. She has more qualities than what I wrote. There are things I saw in her, and I'm like, really? I did not ask God for this. So honestly, I didn't pray for a beautiful wife. God is my witness. I never prayed for a beautiful wife. Her beauty is a surprise. But I thank God. And apart from that, she loves God, and I give God glory. She really loves God. Really loves God. A prayer machine. Glory be to God. Let me not talk too much. So today, I want to tell you why I waited. Why I waited. Because I waited, and I know I waited. To some of you, I married late, right? But if I have the opportunity again, I will wait again. If I have the opportunity again, maybe if there's another life after this, I will wait to meet this kind of human being, to meet this kind of woman, this woman. I will wait to meet her. Call it marrying late. I thank God I waited. I thank God I waited. So let me tell you why I waited. First, God is interested in my marriage. Very interested. And He told me quite early, I'm interested in your marriage, because who you marry will determine if you will fulfill your ministry. So prophets were telling me from a young age. At the age of 16, there were prophecies coming about my marriage. Prophecies were coming. So I became careful because God was interested, in my marriage. Satan was interested in my marriage because he wanted to give me the wrong person. He tried several times to pair me with the wrong person. So I went into many wrong relationships, many courtships that didn't work out. The devil tried his best to pair me with the wrong person. but God, intervened every step of the way. I waited because of the call on my life. I know I have a ministry, I have an assignment, I have a mandate, so I needed to wait for God to work on me, to prepare me for that assignment. I have a note. I'm using my wife's phone. So I told her, I want to use your phone as my notes. I kind of noted some things. Okay, so I needed time to discover myself. I needed time to know who I was, to understand my personality before I get married. It's very, very important. I'm speaking to single people. Don't just rush into marriage. Wait, discover yourself, understand yourself, your calling, your purpose, your assignment, your personality. It's very, very important. I really wanted to know what I want in a woman, so that made me to wait. Also, I have to be very honest with you. I didn't have the appropriate tools to choose a good wife. That's a confession. I didn't know how to choose, so I was looking at the physical. The first time I was looking at the physical. Physical includes when I see a girl in church who was zealous and serving God. Zealous in church. I say, this is a good wife. She will make a good wife. But then I was wrong. So that somebody is spiritual and zealous in church, committed in church, doesn't make her a good wife. So that somebody is committed in church as a brother, committed, wearing suits, doesn't mean he's a good husband. So don't be confused. The church is a hospital. So when you see somebody in church, don't assume that the person automatically is a good spouse for you. Yes, you have to marry a child of God, but please be careful. Prayerfully make that choice. Don't marry somebody because they are spiritual. Marry a child of God who has good character, not because the person is spiritual or going to church every day. Please don't marry somebody because you see them in church. Make sure the person is genuinely born again. I'm looking at my notes. Please follow me. So I needed time to prepare myself, work on myself, read books. I bought a lot of books on marriage. I started reading books. I started going for counseling, mentorship, people speaking into my life. I have some married men who speak into my life. I have some people who have good marriages that were speaking into my life, showing me how to approach a woman, because my father died quite early. I was a teenager when my father died, so I didn't have the opportunity to watch how to treat a woman. I didn't have that opportunity. Between the age of 14 and when my father died, I was living in a boarding school. I was living in school, boarding school they call it. So I didn't have the opportunity to observe how to treat a woman. So that kind of affected my relationships. All right. So that I waited was because my standard was high, and I'm happy my standard was high. People accused me. People talked about it. People in church were like, hey, are you waiting for God to send you an angel from heaven? Well, thank God he sent me an angel from heaven. What I'm trying to say is this. Your standard should be high. There is nothing wrong with having a high standard. As long as you yourself, you have the qualities, you are building yourself, you are developing yourself, your standard should be high. It's important. There is nothing wrong with that. But be balanced. Because you will not marry a perfect person. Your wife or your husband will not be perfect. So, so expect probably 70-80% of the things on your list. So, all right, I want to be fast. I waited so I can get my finances together. I needed to have a stable job so I can take care of my wife. So as a husband, you are providing, right? Yes, your wife is a helper, but you are leading in providing. Think about it. When your wife is pregnant and put to bed, you have to be taking care of her before she goes back to work. So I needed to get my finances together, have a stable job before getting married. And that kind of affected the timing of my marriage. Also, God told me to wait. I want to dwell on this. There was a night when I was single. Some years ago, I was planning to talk to a girl in my church, quite a beautiful lady, committed in church, a very nice lady. So I was planning to talk to her. One night, I was just thinking about it. And while I was thinking about it, an invisible hand gave me a slap on my face. So God gave me a slap on my face. And he said to me, wait, and let me give you a wife. He gave me that warning about 3 times. 3 times. Anytime I felt desperate to go and get married, to date somebody, to ask somebody out, he will give me the warning again. He said, I said you should wait. Let me give you a wife. Because I thought that I was the one that should go looking for a wife. But God said, no. People like you don't look for wife. I will give you a wife when it's time. And he did. So, yes, the Bible said, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor from God. But it doesn't mean you should go and start looking everywhere or searching. It means you should focus on God, focus on your assignment. And in the process of fulfilling your assignment, you will meet a wife. That's what it means. So it doesn't mean you go everywhere looking from one church to another. That's not what it means. So God gave me warning to wait. So I waited. All right. So my marriage was connected to my ministry. So I knew that failure in marriage is failure in ministry for me. If I married the wrong person, that's my ministry is gone, forever gone. So I had to wait. I'm looking at my notes, please. Also, I needed time to be sold out to God as a single. So as a single man, I was sold out to God between the age of 16 and in my late 30s. I was sold out to God. I was sold out to God. I'm not trying to brag or boast. I was sold out to God. So I sacrificed my youth to God. I was all about God. Everything about me, no social life, everything about God was attracting me. And I'm happy I did that. And I'm still doing that. I needed time to prepare myself, develop myself, and also get healed. Because I went through certain breakups, so I needed time to get healed. There was a time I canceled a wedding. I planned a wedding. Everything was planned. Then I canceled it. So it was traumatic. It was painful. I needed to say this because some of you probably already know about that. People talked about me, especially people in church. They were talking and saying many things. So, and when I met my wife, I told her, the first thing I told her was, hey, you are not the first person that I courted. So just know that there was a time I planned for a wedding and it didn't work. I canceled it. So I told her the worst about me because I know people will gossip. People will like to tell her certain things when she comes. So by myself, I reported myself. I told her, hey, I did this, I did. So if what I'm trying to say is don't hide your past. Let your partner know your past. Please, whoever you're going to marry, tell the person everything you did. Because some people are gossipers. They will go to the back and tell the person. All right, the next one, I'm looking at my notes and I'm also looking at my time. I wanted God to write my love story. You see, this morning, my wife was doing something in the restroom, kind of working on her hair. And while she was there, God spoke to me about her. And this is not the first time. I noticed that God talks to me about my wife and talks to my wife about me. So allow God to write your love story. I tell people, you see, if God is not telling you something about the person you are dating or courting, you are with the wrong person. How can you be courting somebody and God is not talking to you about the person? If God is interested, he will talk to you about the person. So if God is mute and silent and blank about your marriage and your relationship, something is wrong. If God is interested, he will talk. God communicates. So I noticed that from the time I met her, God started telling me things about her. Prophets were telling me things about her, and I was documenting it. So it's important. Allow God to write your love story. I wanted God to write my love story. I wanted a relationship and a marriage that God is interested in. I wanted God to be interested, you see. So the Bible said, I'm the witness between you and the wife of your youth. God wants to be involved. It's it's three people here. Yourself, your spouse, and God. A threefold cord cannot be easily broken. So allow God to be involved. Allow him to write his love story. So I wanted God to be involved, so I waited. All right? And while waiting, some people misunderstood me. Some people said many things. Some people were gossiping. One thing about me is that I don't listen. I'm not listening. Trust me, I'm not listening. All right. Finally, I'm coming to the end. So I already talked about setting a high standard. I wanted to set a high standard for other young people. I have some young people that I mentor or who look up to me. I wanted to set a standard for them how to do relationship. And I thank God that all the while I was dating my wife, there was no sex. We were not having sex. We were not sleeping with each other. No kissing. No, we kept it pure all through by the grace of God. It's important that you keep it pure, keep it clean. Don't go sleeping with somebody while you are dating. You only start sleeping with the person when you go to the altar and make a vow. That's only when you are married. It's very important. Also, I watched my role models and I observed that they waited. People like Bishop David Oyedepo, Pastor Paul Enenche, Pastor Kingsley Okonkwo, Mildred Okonkwo, the wife. So I decided if my role models waited, I want to wait because I want a kingdom marriage, a covenant marriage, a marriage that will please God, a marriage that will be a platform for the kingdom of God. And I thank God that I got that by the grace of God and to his glory. Finally, I want to talk to single people. Listen, let me talk to you from my heart. There is no rush. We are 8 siblings in my family. Most of my siblings married before me, had children before me. Um, I don't have children yet. Okay, so they had children, most of my younger ones, and I waited. There is no rush. Don't be in a hurry. Marriage is not a competition. Actually, marriage is work. Marriage is an assignment. God is giving you an assignment to serve somebody for the rest of your life. If you're going to serve somebody for the rest of your life, you need to prepare yourself. It is hard work. It is a lot of work. To serve somebody, you have to be dead to self. A few days before my wife joined me, God spoke to me. He said to me, be dead to self. He gave me a key. He said, this is a key to marriage. Be dead to self. That's the only key you need. Just be dead to yourself. Understand that it is not about you. Put self by the side. Be selfless and serve this woman. So if she's in the kitchen cooking, I go to the kitchen to help. Yes, I serve her. Every opportunity I get, I'm serving her. Every opportunity she gets, she's serving me. That's what marriage is all about. You are best friends to serve one another. Both of you are serving God. And then you are serving each other. That's what marriage is. So if you're a single person and you think that marriage is about you, you are looking for somebody to take care of you, you'll be disappointed. Prepare yourself to serve. That's what you are going to serve somebody. Okay? That calls for humility. You must have listening ear, a teachable spirit, because even if you are the head of the family, your wife will be teaching you too. Yeah. So I want to put out this video to tell you why I waited. It was intentional. Understand? My waiting was very, very intentional. In fact, a time came, I told God, I will not go into another relationship until you tell me. That was when I met my wife. After many failed relationships, I came to a point, I told God, you know what? I will never talk to another girl. I will never try another relationship until you tell me. The moment I made that decision, God brought this lady into my life. So you must come to the end of yourself. For those of you who are still believing God for a wife or husband, come to the end of yourself. Come to a point where you say, you know what? I'm done with trying relationships, dating different people, and wait on the Lord. When you wait on the Lord, He will bring somebody into your life. But as long as you are desperate, you are trying to force it, you keep hurting yourself. And if you are forcing it, it's not God. Anything you are forcing it to work. It means it's not God. When it's God, it's smooth. It works on its own. You won't force anything. You won't be fighting and quarreling and arguing. It will be peaceful when it's God. All right? So I wanted to share this video with us. Please wait on the Lord. Very, very important. Marriage is not a competition. When you see the pre-wedding picture of someone or wedding picture of somebody, please don't be in a hurry. Don't be desperate to post your own pictures. Wait on the Lord. Your time will come. The Bible said that He makes all things beautiful in His own time, not your time, His own time. All right? Allow God to do it in His own time. He will bring the right person into your life that will help you to fulfill your assignment. You have a calling. You have a purpose. You need a purpose partner to team up with you to fulfill your assignment. You know, in my personal life, my wife helps me a lot. She edits my books before I publish it. She designs flyers for me. She's into graphics. She's good with IT. She helps me out in many ways. So you need somebody that can help you to do the work that God has called you to do. So this is very important. And again, I want to say, please be on the lookout for our new channel. And my wife's channel will be out very soon. We have launched it. I'll be posting videos. Thank you so much. And God bless you. Bye.